Hi, this is deadgamer, doing the Genestealer Cult Codex coverage and all things Genestealer. This particular section is going to be based around the Brood Brothers and their past, what they are, and their involvement and the new game. So I picked this guy up a few weeks ago. There it is. And actually, when I was going up to Seattle for work, read it on the plane. I was going to do it then. Got busy up there. Got back home. Got busy here. Work sucks, but it pays the bills. So there it is. Anyway, I've got time tonight. I've made myself some spicy rice, so I've eaten that. Got my wine in a red Solo cup. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of reviewing and talking about this stuff. So I'm going to try to keep these videos, I said 5 minutes, or maybe I didn't say 5 minutes. At least I said 5 minutes in my head. But yeah, I'm going to just get in on it. So anyway, so Brood Brothers, what are they? Brood Brothers are basically, if you're not familiar with what a Brood Brother is, well, first, I should say, if you're interested in buying the Cult Codex book, just know that there are no Brood Brothers inside. They do not have rules for them. They pretty much just cover the Patriarch Magus, some new character guy who's a hybrid. He's like a general. And then the first through fourth generation, now they're calling them neophytes and acolytes, and Genestealers and vehicles. There are Imperial Guard tanks, the Lehman Russ, the Sentinel. I think you can get all the Lehman Russ variants. Then that new truck thing. Probably a couple other things I'm forgetting because I went through it, but I haven't played this game in years, so I'm getting back into it though because this is out. So anyway, so if you wanted to know, there's no Brood Brothers in the new Codex. That said, what is a Brood Brother? Brood Brother is basically when a Genestealer infects a host. It could be, normally it's human, it could be an orc. They actually mention that in the book, which is pretty badass. Tau, they also mention that. Pretty snazzy. But generally speaking, it's a human being because of reasons I will explain later. But not in this one. Maybe another video. The human that gets infected by the gene seed from the Genestealer. Oh, not gene seed. That's a Space Marine thing, I think. Whatever. He gets the Genestealer juice inside of him. Well, anyway, once he gets this the Genestealer DNA, he essentially has this urge to make a baby. And he goes out and finds a mate. And at this point, he's already got the Genestealer DNA inside of him, and it's sort of manipulating his body. Not like Superman status where he's going to be all badass, but he's a regular human. He does actually gain some of the traits in terms of strength, and he's a little more kind of like Spider-Man getting bit by the spider, but not to that extreme, just a little bit. So I think that's to justify humans just fighting against Imperial Guard and being just as good, even though previously they may have been farmers or something, because they are a little quicker, they are a little stronger because they have that DNA inside of them. But they don't change they don't lose their hair, any of that stuff. So the first baby they pop out is the Genestealer hybrid, and it just keeps on going. But anyway, as this colony of human beings get infected, they're essentially the infected humans are called Brood Brothers. I'm petting my cat off screen. Sounds dirty. Sorry, it's the wine. So you slowly start to see, well, actually you quickly see a grow of this population of humans that are dedicated to following the Patriarch because they have a psychic connection to them. Their babies look just kind of like them, and they don't really think about it, but they're like, oh, my baby's, I love it, but I'm keeping it from society. But anyway, those people are the Brood Brothers. They're essentially human beings. And they don't have any better stats than Imperial Guard. They actually are Imperial Guard, essentially, in terms of the old second ed rulebook. They may have shittier leadership. I don't remember, but it's been so long. But so that's what a Brood Brother is. And in second ed, when they were that was at their height, I guess. Not that Genestealer cults were ever at any height, but Brood Brothers made up the majority of my army. I mean, I've had hybrids, but it was pretty much an Imperial Guard army with an excuse to use Genestealers and, to a lesser extent, hybrids to whoop on your opponent. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what they are. I've got some notes here I'm referring to. One of the cool things is that they do actually mention Brood Brothers in the Codex, so they didn't actually get rid of them in terms of the story-wise. If you do have the book, it's on page 12. I'm referencing my notes over yonder. I'm going to read it to you. And caution, I am a shitty reader. So, bear with me. All right. The genesis of a Genestealer cult is a strange and disturbing process. Though it obeys a loosely cyclical structure, many offshoots and bastardizations occur, resulting in a spectrum of anatomies from the outwardly wholesome to the truly bizarre. All members of this tainted family tree, even the non-hybrid members, known as the Brood Brothers, remain fiercely loyal to one another, bound as one by the great gestalt of the broodmind. So kudos to GW for doing that. Thank you. You know, when I saw a lot of the pre-released photos and stuff of things, I was starting to get, I'm pretty pessimistic. Starting to get a little pessimistic about the whole thing. It's going to suck. And then I was like, you know what? You've been waiting 20 years. Open your mind and check it out. So when it came in and I saw that, I was like, cool. And I still had some hang-ups, and I'm going to talk about those in other videos about other units, new units. But that was cool. And then they do also mention in the book on page 96. Now, like I said, I haven't played this game in eons, so I don't know exactly what any of this means, but you can decipher it because I'll figure out soon enough. I'm going to start playing again. Allies. All models in this codex have the Genestealer Cult faction. This faction allies with models from all other factions at the come the apocalypse level of alliance. I guess that means like when shit hits the fan and dogs and cats are living together. Ghostbuster reference. Yeah, and I don't know what that really means, but then it says, apart from Tyranids and Astra Militarum, which are allies of convenience. So I'm thinking that you can actually have them in your game through the allies of convenience reason. I don't know if that affects your objectives and how hard it is to win a game because you brought in another army. But it's basically saying you can use Tyranids or Imperial Guard. Tyranids being the invaders, obviously. Imperial Guard being the Brood Brothers as allies of convenience. So that's about it. Brood Brothers are just people that got the disease, got the bug. They got the Genestealer bug, and they went out and procreated like rabbits. Kind of want to be one. Well, I don't really want kids, so I don't really want to be one. How would that work if you got fixed and you got infected by a gene? Would you go back to Kaiser and have your reversed? I don't know. Interesting. So, anyway, that being said, that's pretty much it on the Brood Brothers. If you have any questions or comments or hate me, awesome. Thank you.